If you've watched any of the videos on my channel and you've been following me on Instagram for a while, you'll know a little bit about my journey so far. And I wanted to film this video as a way to share with you what's been going on in my life the last few months, as well as a way to properly kick off my channel again, as this is something I've gone around in circles with over the last 2 years. But to do that, we need to turn the clock back to 2004 so I can show you how that led me to where I am today. Hang on, I said 2004, not 1984. That's better. You see, when I left school, I was really unsure what I wanted to do. I was trying to answer that big question, what do I want to do for the rest of my life? And it just seemed such a daunting question at the time. I was 16. I remember having conversations with my parents at the time, and they said, you just need to find what it is that you're both interested in and passionate about, and then go down that path. With that in mind, I turned my attention to cars. I've always had a passion for them. Daily drivers, rally cars, supercars, hypercars, they all got me super excited. To be honest, anything with an engine that went fast grabbed my attention. With that in mind, I decided to pursue a career in the motor industry, and I got an apprenticeship with Ford Motor Company and started my training. Meanwhile, this was at the same time that Facebook really started to take off and social media was becoming a massive deal in people's lives. I started to see people I went to school with taking gap years and travelling to places like Southeast Asia and exotic places and posting about it everywhere. And there was a part of me that felt like I should be doing that too. It was at this time that I really started to get the travel bug. I started to see visuals of these amazing places for the first time, and it just sparked something inside of me. I knew if I worked hard and finished my training, I could then perhaps take some time off and go and have some travel adventures like the people I went to school with were doing. But this never happened. 2007. I finished my training and I started working even harder in my career. I did more training to become more specialised before leaving Ford and going to work for various other car manufacturers. All the while I was doing this, I felt like I was chasing after something, but I was never satisfied or happy with where I was, and this went on for years. Fast forward to 2018, I ended up moving to a different town to explore a different career path in the vehicle body shop world. I hated it. It was at this time I moved out of my apartment and into my 3-bedroom house that I later renovated. And at the time, I became overworked, stressed, tired, and had zero downtime for anything. This whole time I felt like I was chasing after something still, but I just really didn't know what. In the summer of 2019, whilst working on my house renovation, I fell from a ladder causing me to break my foot. I got signed off work for 3 weeks and I ended up sitting around watching endless videos on YouTube. It was at this point I had a moment of realization and I asked myself that same question from when I was about to leave school. What do I want to do for the rest of my life? As I felt so unhappy at the time. I started watching travel videos of people living the van life and having that nomadic lifestyle that I'd once dreamed of. And that reignited the passion inside of me, which had been suppressed for so many years. I decided to sign up for some online training after seeing an ad in front of one of the videos I was watching. I invested in myself with a load of training and I started to learn all about how affiliate marketing worked, e-commerce, how to build websites and much more. And it was at this moment I realised I could actually go after my dreams and have that nomadic lifestyle that I really wanted. I just had to put in the work. In November 2019, I attended my first in-person marketing event in London, which was incredible. It's also where I met my girlfriend at the time. She came over from the States for this event and we later got into a relationship. However, it was all virtual, as in February 2020, the pandemic hit and the world slowly started to shut down, which prevented us from travelling backwards and forwards to see each other. By March, plans to fly to America and spend more time together were out of the question. The pandemic swept across the planet, with countries shutting down, flights grounded, and travel restrictions all put in place. I had no idea what was to come, but I knew I had to take action. It was at this time I started to earn money as an affiliate marketer, I started my own website business, and I also started to contract my services out to other companies who saw value in what I could offer them. I secured enough income for myself to make the transition from my job as a mechanic to the online world, and it was at this point I made myself voluntarily redundant from my current job. And at the time, I was still being paid to stay at home due to the pandemic. Over the course of June and July, I finished my house renovation and I decided to rent it out, as it would work better for me as an asset earning me money rather than costing me money. And in August, I built the cabin in my mum and dad's garden and moved in with them for the next year. Still building my business, fulfilling contract work and paying off all the debts that I'd accumulated over the years. Fast forward 1 year and I had been debt-free for over 6 months and had saved enough money to start travelling. The pandemic had subsided in a lot of countries and travel restrictions were being lifted. I planned to travel to America to see my girlfriend, who I'd not seen in nearly 2 years. However, there was a clause. I had to travel via Dubai for 2 weeks because the US were not letting people straight into the UK. So I flew there, did some sightseeing, as well as still running my business from hotels and coffee shops with some pretty breathtaking views. And 3 weeks later, I boarded my 15-hour flight from Dubai to New York. After a few complications when I landed due to the weather and connecting flights being cancelled, I made it to my destination and I was finally reunited with my girlfriend. But in January, it came to an end. After spending a good few months together, I decided that it just wasn't working between us. So I ended our relationship. Obviously, there's a lot to unpack there, but let's just say we were two different people and it took us spending a lot of time in person to realise that. In the months we were together, I saw myself turning into a different version of who I am, which I didn't like. So at the end of January, I packed my things and I left. I headed to Florida for a month to stay with a friend of mine, and this gave me the chance to reflect back on the last couple of years and everything I'd been through, especially in recent months. It was a time to process and decide what's next. And this really was one of the best months of my life, as I was surrounded by good people and good energy 24/7. It had a huge impact on my mindset and helped me gain a lot of clarity around the different thoughts I'd been having. I'm so grateful for the time that I got to spend there, and I can't wait to go back. And at the end of February, I headed back home to the UK to see my family, as I'd been away from them now for around 6 months. So after all the highs and lows that the last few years have thrown at me, I'm sitting here in my mum and dad's garden in England writing this script for this video, reflecting on everything I've been through so far. And even though the last few months may not have panned out the way I thought they would, I've actually come to realise that it's just the end of another chapter. And I'm grateful for everyone and everything that has come into my life over the last few years. But most importantly, realising that I'm actually living the life of my dreams right now. I'm living that nomadic lifestyle. I can work from anywhere, travel to any place on earth whenever I feel like it, and that's kind of awesome. Sometimes it takes a shift in mindset to realise just how lucky you are and how far you've come on your journey. You see, looking back when I left school, I used to think that I would never fit in and I wouldn't make the right decisions in life, but this was just all negative self-talk and limiting beliefs and the pressure we put on ourselves through fear of not fitting into what we think is the normal way we're supposed to be living our lives. Only change will set you free from that. So if I could offer some advice to my younger self and to anyone out there who has a dream who might be a little stuck right now, I would just say take more chances. Taking a chance isn't always as risky as it seems, and your efforts will pay off. It's been in those most indecisive moments for me, and by choosing the hard way, that it's helped me realise my biggest dreams come true. Being able to, after so many years, look back on the last few months of my travels, it's made me realise once again, your goals do come true, and that experience that might seem uncomfortable and scary at first might just be your dreams coming true. Sometimes you just have to take a leap of faith. I think taking a leap of faith can mean different things for everyone, and I don't necessarily think that you need big goals in your life. Living a comfortable life is fine. However, there is a lot of us that do have big dreams and goals, and I think that taking a leap of faith is necessary. You see, 3 years ago I felt extremely anxious even having to take the smallest steps towards my goals, but now I'm confident, I'm happy, and I'm travelling the world. And all of this changed when I took that first leap of faith and I silenced those doubts in my head and the opinions of others around me. And if you're in the same situation, I suggest you do the same, because the sooner you do, the sooner you will start waking up happy and fulfilled every day. And remember, share your story. We've all got one to tell, and you might just impact someone else's life for the better by sharing yours. Guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you're new to the channel, welcome. I hope I was able to inspire you by sharing my own story. And remember, we're always going to face challenges in life. It's how we handle them and grow from them that matters. Drop a comment below and let me know your thoughts on this video, and maybe share what's been your biggest challenge recently. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it with your friends and family, as they might be able to get something out of it. Drop me a thumbs up below if you like this video, subscribe if you aren't already, and hit the bell so you get notified when I post new videos. And remember, keep chasing your dreams. I'll see you on the next one.